What if I told you that your next viral reel might just be hiding inside of that YouTube video that you just filmed? Welcome to part 3 of this series on your Evergreen Content System, how to turn one long-form YouTube video into long-term growth and content everywhere. And in this video, I'm really taking you behind the scenes of how I take my YouTube content and actually turn it into multiple types of short-form content specifically for Instagram and what my process is like for that. Because here's the deal, a lot of you guys are spending all of this time creating long form content on YouTube. You're not repurposing it to max capacity and its fullest potential across other platforms you're already showing up on. So let's change that and let's show you how to do it with Instagram. Okay, so the first step to doing this is you really want to identify those strong points in your video content, okay? And so what I mean by this is really helping to use tools that are going to pick out the best moments inside of your video content so that you can turn that into short form video. And ideally nowadays, because there's so much AI available, you're doing it with something like an AI assistant or an AI tool, an AI program that's going to help pick those things out for you. And so I personally do this in two main ways, okay? And when I'm thinking about repurposing to Instagram specifically, I have, first of all, I want to repurpose the actual video clips, right? Like clips of me talking, repurpose it into shorter form clips that I make vertical and then post those on Instagram. So that's the first way. The second way is really extracting like some of the things I say in the video that then I can turn into like story slides, or then I can turn into Instagram Reels text boxes on B-roll, right? And so those are the two main things that I personally am thinking about. So that first way to take those short form clips and find those short form clips, I actually use something called OpusClip, and actually the next video in this series is going to be about how to use OpusClip and actually like my process for that. So stay tuned for that. We're going to talk about that next week. But I want to focus here on how to basically extract your genius from the things you say in your videos. And the easiest way to do this is to get a copy of your transcript and upload it into something like ChatGPT, okay? And have ChatGPT basically extract what are the things you said in that video that would be the most impactful in a short form content. And I actually have created a custom GPT for this for myself and my students. And if you want to learn more about that and more how to get your hands on that, it has a special list of instructions and knowledge files that I've created from my process into that GPT, and it makes it very easy to just drop your transcript and to instantly get a bunch of ideas. So anyway, if you're more interested in that, watch my YouTube Cash Flow Masterclass. That's where I kind of talk more about my AI assistants, how you can get access to them. So if you look to your screen now, you'll actually see I have pulled up now. This is my custom GPT that I was just explaining to you, and I want to show you how it works so you can get an idea. I mean, whether or not you want to jump into YouTube for Business, get access to this through that YouTube Cash Flow Masterclass, or if you just want to do one for yourself, like whatever you want to do. But basically what I'm doing here is, so I have my transcript right here. I'm just going to drop it in here. And then whenever I hit send on here, it's going to analyze that transcript and really help to extract the things I say. So transcripts are super easy to get. You can get them, like download them off of YouTube once you upload it. We do it through otter.ai. That's the place that I love to use for transcripts. But basically it's breaking it now down into different ideas for Reels. And this is based on the frameworks I teach for Reels that I've taught in the past for years that are more evergreen and just like standalone on their own so well. And these are ones that you can use. I mean, you can even use these as outlines for like what you're going to say in like a face to camera reel, but a lot of these are more so like B-roll reels, and it's really taking some of the things I said. This one was about how you're going to make sales from your YouTube channel, and really taking the things that I'm saying in this video and breaking it down into like what could be like an educational style reel or inspirational style reel or entertaining, and a thought leadership quote. And so I can really take these things, and then it helps me to ideate and come up with ideas for my Instagram Reels from the things I've already said in my YouTube video. And then once you've extracted those different things that you say in the video and have it written out for you, then you can take that and you can use that for your text boxes on your Reels. You can use it for text boxes on story slides. You can use it literally however you want to. Like I was mentioning, you could even use it as like the starting base or I was gonna say landing pad, but it's not your landing pad. It's like your your jump pad, but I don't know what that would technically even be called. Like you're jump starting off of these things that it's pulling out for you. So you're not having to rethink again, like, oh, what did I share in that video? What would be good in a reel? Like it's really helping to guide you and do that for you. And so you're going to basically utilize those points to create new short form content. And again, you can do this. A team member can do this for you. I've had a team member do this for me in the past. The main thing to keep in mind here, no matter what, like, we know we're talking about Instagram here, but whether you're using Instagram, whether you're doing a different type of platform, the main thing to keep in mind is making sure it feels native to the platform you're creating for. That is really important. And so it's going to take an extra step of you making sure you understand the platform, especially if you want to grow on that platform. You're going to want to understand how it works, what kind of hooks work, what's working right now, what's working in the context of just online marketing in general and for that platform. So you're going to want to take the ideas that it's giving you and help to make sure that it's in line with that, right? And so again, if you're wanting to see that type of growth, if you're wanting to simply be consistent and get in front of your people on that platform, that's something where you might not have to dig in as deep on that. But I have found for myself, it's a great starting place for me to take and be like, okay, these are the really great things I said in this video. Now, how can I take this and then create short form content on Instagram and not constantly be recreating the wheel and constantly going back to ideating when it comes to every single piece of content that goes out there, but how can I take the things I'm already doing in my long form content, easily turn it into short form content? That is how I'm doing it. And then really your third step here. So once you have, an idea of the message you want to share, once you've extracted that, once you have some ideas for text boxes, it's really going to be just creating the video or creating the stories. And so like for Reels, a lot of what is really working right now is B-roll style Reels or face to camera Reels. So it's going to be creating that type of content. Or for stories, storytelling and creating those story slides for your stories, so that then leads into your freebie or your paid offer or whatever it is that you are pitching there, right? And so that's really where it comes in. Like that's really where it's helping to give you that format beforehand of what you're actually going to say in your content. And again, like I've mentioned over and over, like this is something that there have been seasons where it's been really hard for me and my business to actually be the one to create all this content from scratch all of the time. And something that I'm actually challenging myself with right now as we speak is going back to this type of repurposing and this type of delegation and giving this off to one of my team members and having her help with this. And obviously there's more that goes into that as far as making sure she understands my entire brand and she's like in the business a lot and making the right person for that, right? And having the right person to work with. And I get so many questions on that from you guys. So if you have any questions about that, let me know in the comments, because I am planning to do some videos on that soon and like outsourcing and team member and team building. But yeah, I have found this type of system, especially for Instagram content, to be so freeing and so helpful. And for me, as the person who is the face of the brand, the visionary of the brand, to stay more in that role and to really put my time and effort into creating these really amazing YouTube videos for you, so that then someone else can take it and repurpose it into this types of content. We can use AI tools to do that, and it's still going to feel very genuine to me and very genuine to like the type of message I want to share across the board with my audience, and not constantly spending hours creating from scratch. Not that that's always a bad thing. Like you can still create content from scratch on Instagram, but this helps to fill in some of the gaps to maintain some of that consistency without you always having to do that. So like I mentioned, the next video in this series on creating your evergreen content system is going to be about how to use OpusClip and how to essentially repurpose your YouTube videos into those short form video clips. Okay, so beyond this ideation process and repurposing in that way for Instagram, we're also going to talk about how to do it with the actual video. Okay, what that actually looks like, what my process is for that. So that's going to be next week. And I'm actually going to pop on the screen right here a visual of what I mean. So you'll see on the top is the original YouTube video that was uploaded to my YouTube channel. On the bottom are a few different short form clips, like literally from the video that we're just cropping to make vertical, right? And that we are going to upload to Instagram Reels. I also upload these to YouTube Shorts and Pinterest. Like you can use them in a lot of different ways, but primarily like a lot of it is YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. And this is what I mean when I say like we have horizontal long form video, taking it, turning it into a vertical short form video that are literally like me talking to the camera clips, right? And extracting like the best parts of that. If it's already live, we'll go ahead and pop it up on the screen right here. You guys can go ahead and watch it. We'll have the link to the full playlist down below. If this is like after the series is over, you can watch from start to finish all the videos in this series on creating this type of evergreen content system. If you have any questions, let me know and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.